Hello friends, welcome. It's Wednesday, so if you have been tuning in, then you know that means Church with Jess. That's me. Wow, so this is volume 7. I can't believe it, 7 weeks. That seems so insane, but here we are. So I did another reading for just with the focus in mind of the entire world, the planet, the entire human race. If this is your first time watching, that's pretty much what I've been doing in all these weeks when I'm doing these readings. It's a general reading for the world, basically. Hopefully to help you gain some clarity and light on just your own situation and just everything that is happening in the world right now. So I've been rotating through 3 different decks, and we are back to the Russian Gypsy deck again, which, again, I wish I could flip my camera while I'm in video mode on my phone, but I cannot, so I'm just going to turn it around. And hope you can see what I'm seeing. The Russian Gypsy deck. Here's the spread. You lay out all the cards and you match images, and they come up in different positions, which have different meaning in each position. So to get started, I basically, I had a really great meditation today. I did a Kundalini yoga session with Noah Lakshmi live, who I love her Kundalini videos. She has a YouTube channel that you can subscribe to. She's on all the social media, but I've been doing Kundalini yoga practice with her videos every day. I completed a 40-day practice, and I'm into another 40-day practice. So anyways, I've also been doing a cleanse, a detox, which I've never done before, and it's been pretty awesome. So anyways, I've been feeling very conflicted about things and irritated with certain things, and I woke up knowing today's Wednesday, it's church. I'm trying to spread positivity and joy and peace, love and light. But I really was feeling like I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about today, just because of the way that I've been feeling about everything. And I'm not going to go into like my theories on things or my political views or whatever. It's not about that. This is about healing. And I did this live Kundalini session that she did, and I gained so much clarity on what I want and where I see myself, and it really inspired me as I was going into this reading. So everything happens for a reason, and it's all connected, and here we are. So basically the question that I had in mind as I was meditating on the cards was, as I was asking the divine, whatever that is to you, as I'm just thinking about, how we're still going through this time of slowness and the unknown, and just being told different things, and what's truth, what's lies. We talk about that every week. So just in thinking about all those things, I really focused on, what are we being asked to do? What are we being asked to do? What are we being called upon to do as a people, as a race? And the only race I refer to is the human race. And as a planet. What's our end game? What has this situation brought to us? What are we supposed to learn from it? What are we being called upon to do in our lives and for and with the planet? So that is basically what I had in mind as I was shuffling the deck, as I was just thinking about talking to all of you and doing this reading. And I was just really inspired today. And let's begin. This is where it took me, I guess. So the first card that I drew, or I should say, I didn't really draw them because you lay out all the cards. It's the first picture match that I got was the lilies in position 1. So this reading, I got a lot of images in position 1, which generally is a more positive position. Which was also very inspiring as I laid out the cards and it all unfolded. So lilies, let me just flip to that page. The lilies, it's a life card, so it can represent just the entire life. And it's the symbol for faithfulness. Faithfulness. The general meaning of the picture. The lily symbolizes beauty, purity, love, faithfulness, and caring. The lily at Easter stands for death and rebirth. It is a tall, regal, and beautiful flower. Its fragrance sweet and enduring. Because it is pure white and has such a heavenly smell, we associate it with heavenly or spiritual powers. The lily refers to spiritual happiness. And I thought it was so important that card came up in that position because over these 7 weeks, this is the 7th week that we've been doing church, and that's something that I feel like I'm always touching on is spirituality, faithfulness, and just really like finding that within ourselves. So this picture for us is in position 1, which says, you will have a happy life full of meaning. This picture applies to your entire life. You will not get it every time you draw the cards, you won't, or pull the cards, you won't match this picture. It usually appears at times when you're having doubts or problems. So I just spilled my tea all over the floor. Oh well. At least it was just tea. Anyways. So basically that is kind of like what a lot of people are going through and have been going through, is just like this intense time of like doubt and fear and unknown. And as we get further and further into this isolation and self-quarantine and all this, it's like, okay, well, what's going to happen next, Anyways, it's a reminder to be true to yourself, to follow your gut reactions, as they are valid and will bring you to a successful outcome. The picture tells you that you will have a happy life. This does not mean that you will have no problems or sad periods, but rather that overall your life will be more happy than sad. It also tells you that your life will be full of meaning. This means that the field of work you have chosen will benefit the world or humankind in some way. And just an example, again, I wasn't sure if I was going to read this example because I don't want these readings to be affiliated with any religious beliefs, just because I want it to be open to everybody's beliefs, but there's a lot of this in this deck. So it says that Christ's life is the ultimate example of a happy life that was full of meaning. His teachings of loving each other and caring for the poor have endured for 2,000 years. Your efforts don't have to be so grand, yet whatever you do will be of benefit to others as well as make you happy. So I do think, in this time, it's really important to just spread the love and the joy and the light and really figure out, you know, your life. It's really saying, like, in general, you're gonna have a happy life. And again, just like it says, that doesn't mean, saying you're gonna have a happy life doesn't necessarily mean that every single moment in your life is going to be happy and perfect, because that's just not true of the human experience. We experience all sorts of hardships in life, but I think it's what you take out of it, and there's a lesson in every single thing. And sometimes, you know, you're not going to see that lesson just right away, but over time, you know, you might be able to look back at a situation. We may be able to, you know, a year, 2 years, 10 years from now, be able to look back to this situation that we're all in and really see what the lesson was that we were supposed to take out of this experience. So just have faith. I feel like what this card is saying is it's the card of faithfulness. Like, have faith, and have faith in yourself, and have faith in whatever you believe in. That, you know, things will be better. You know, they will be better. They're getting better. They'll be better. We just have to continue to have faith. So the next card, I'm actually going to flip to create another image, another match, which is the rooster. So I don't know if you can see. I like to call it the cock. So the rooster, which is also in position 1 for us. I'm really sad that I spilled my tea. There's like a tiny bit that didn't spill. Anyways, Buddha teas. I love them so much. I was intending to drink lemon balm tea with honey, but the universe didn't want me. Actually, you know, I take that back, because I did drink a mug of it while I was doing yoga and meditating earlier. So I guess I just wasn't meant to have another mug. Anywho, on to the cock. Okay, so let me find it. Okay, so the rooster, it is immediate influence, so it can be happening right now. Maybe it has already happened in the last week. Maybe is about to happen. The rooster symbolizes news that wakes you. And we have it in position 1, which means soon you will hear good news. That's always nice. It's a nice card to get. Nice position to get the card in. So the general meaning, the rooster crows at the beginning of the day, signaling the coming of light. Once, when a town was being secretly attacked at dawn, the rooster woke the residents in time to defend themselves. Thus, the rooster picture signals good news or a warning to defend yourself. It's a positive card, heralding significant news in regard to your daily life. So, significant news in regard to your daily life. Well, the state of our daily lives has been completely upturned. And we're just in a completely different phase of living right now. So in position 1, it says, soon you will hear good news. It will be news that affects your home or daily life. Any news that enlightens your day. So to me, I'm thinking, you know, well, we are kind of hearing that, you know, certain different places are starting to kind of open things, at least in the U.S. I'm not sure about other countries, but, you know, governments are being allowed to decide, you know, when and how they're going to reopen their states. So, I feel like this card just says, like, okay, like, sit tight. Positive news is coming your way. regarding like your home life and your situation. So, you know, just sit with this a little longer. You can do this. And, yeah, I don't know, this card just makes me feel good. It makes me feel good because I think it just represents, just the good things that are coming. So anyways, moving along, the next image, which I thought was another great image, is the bridge. I'm not sure. The bridge. So the bridge is in position 4, which I do have the pages marked, but there's just a lot of them. So bear with me. Okay, here it is. The bridge. So this is a short to life card, so it really could span, you know, from now until through your entire life, our entire lives collectively. So the bridge, it's a symbol for deliberate change. So, yeah, I feel like it's a really important card to get right now. Deliberate change. So the general meaning of the bridge, this is one of the life pictures. The bridge symbolizes our ability to change our circumstances. We often refer to life as a road. A bridge is an example of our manipulation of our environment, the ability to change the road we are on, right? We build bridges so that we can maybe cross paths that otherwise would be uncrossable without them. We don't have to sit and wait for nature to take its course. Instead, we can change the environment to suit our purpose. This picture emphasizes that we have some control over our lives, that our willpower is stronger than fate. And I think that says so much, especially just touching on things that we've already talked about a lot, and just changing our own circumstances. And we've kind of been forced into this. We've been forced into a time of slowness and stillness, and, you know, while a lot of us are so confused and hurting and scared, there's a lot of fear-mongering out there, and there continues to be. That's society, you know, and we've been forced to be in this new situation. And I think what I've been saying over the weeks is we can look at this as a positive thing, and a time to really look within ourselves and reflect on our lives and how we've been living our lives in the past, and what we can do differently to have a better quality of life, not only for ourselves and our own families, but for really the entire population of the world. We all deserve to have a better quality of life. You know, every human being deserves that. So I think, anyways, this is just the general meaning of the picture, but that's kind of what it says to me. So we have the picture in position 4, which says, if you want freedom, create a bridge over the chasm. Seek a new solution to your problem. Rather than getting stuck in your problem, create a new bridge that will let you step over it. Well, yeah, I mean, we can easily look at this situation as our problem. You know, we don't, you know, and like I said before, like, a lot of people don't know what to do, are scared, are confused, don't know what to believe, what not to believe. And we can either choose to live in fear, or, you know, we can look to a new path. We can build a bridge. We can build a bridge, and we can cross it into like a new path of life. We have the power. We have the power to do that. It's within our power as humans to choose the path that we walk down to get to the place that we have always been meant to be. Too often we get so bogged down in our problems that we forget that there are solutions. If you can't think of anything yourself, then seek the advice of those who can help you understand and overcome your problems. It's so true. We often do, when we have a problem, we get really stuck in just thinking about the problem and not what we can do to fix it. I used to work somewhere that really encouraged us to come up with solutions. And that really changed my way of thinking about things. It's like you can go to somebody and just spout off your problems, or you can go to them and tell them what you're going through and also like possible solutions and outcomes. And you can talk that through with somebody, and it's a lot more constructive. If anybody needs help or wants to talk about anything, like please leave me a comment. If you know me personally, text me, call me, email me. I don't claim to be an expert at anything, but I have been told by several people over the course of my life that I am a natural healer. And when you've been told something repeatedly, you start to question it and be like, am I a natural healer? And when I've really sat down and pondered it, and thought about just my entire life thus far, I have realized that I either have been attracted to or have attracted those who are needing help or guidance, not even on a conscious level. It's just completely like it's just like a natural attraction. And there's some people who are will always be in my life, and there's some people who I've moved on from or they've moved on from me, but I still hope that I was able to help them in some way. And that's a big reason why I do these readings and why I started doing this church, because I know there's so many people that are really scared and don't know what to do and really need help and guidance and clarity right now. And I'm just, I started this hoping that I could create that for you guys. And I hope it's helped or is helping. And yeah, seriously, if anyone needs advice or needs to talk, please shoot me a message or comment, and we can try to connect. So moving forward, the next image that we matched is the horseshoe. I hope you could see that. So the horseshoe, we kind of associate horseshoes with luck, right? So it's a middle influence card, so maybe 3 to 6 months from now. And it's a symbol for success. So the general meaning of the picture, the horseshoe picture tells us of great luck or success. It implies luck or good fortune due to one's efforts. So it's not just like, oh, you're sitting around not doing anything and all of a sudden you're going to get lucky, you're successful. Like, it's something you've been calling for. It's something you've been focusing your energy on. And it's saying that you will have luck or success in those endeavors. So we have it in position 3. Your desire will be fulfilled. Whatever you've been wishing for will come true. Generally, it's something that you've been working on or dreaming of for some time. The idea is to make sure that you set goals and have dreams that can come true. No wish or idea is too far-fetched to happen. It is only you who set limits on how far you can go. That's a powerful statement. And it's so true. You are the only one who can put limitations on yourself and hold yourself back. And somebody can tell you that you can't do something or you're not capable of doing something, but who's really to tell you that? If you really truly believe that you are capable of doing something and you want something, like, you can do it, and nobody can stop you from doing that except for yourself. I also think that some of us have been hoping for just freedom, or at least the freedoms that we had before, and just being able to, like, go back out to restaurants and bars. And really, for me, the biggest thing, even though I am in the restaurant industry, and I want to see it succeed, the biggest thing for me has been nature. I am craving just being in nature, and I'm, in this valley, and, unfortunately I don't really live in an area where, there's nature that is not, like, owned by somebody else who can basically, the government, that can tell us, well, you're not allowed to go here right now. I want to go camping. I want to go to the beach. I want to go hiking. I just want to be in the middle of a giant forest of trees. That would make me so happy. So anyways, my point is that a lot of us right now have these, hopes and desires to just be able to, like, get back out and live our lives, and it's coming. It's coming. Just know that you're going to get that back. And again, search within yourself. If you're able to sit and just meditate, even just for 5 minutes, and just try to clear your head of all other thoughts except for where you see yourself. You look into your mind's eye, your third eye, and see yourself in success and glory. See yourself as you wish to be seen by the world, and it will come. I promise you, it will come if you have faith. Okay, so moving on. Our next match, let's see, where is it? Our next match is, I think it might be firewood. Yeah, the firewood. So firewood, I think we've had this one before, but maybe in a different position. So it's immediate influence, so already happened, is happening, or about to happen, and it represents physical health, which is something that is definitely a hot topic right now. So this picture refers to the immediate condition of our physical health. This picture does not refer to life and death types of illness. So to me, like, a life and death type of illness maybe is like something terminal, something like cancer, or some kind of, like, terminal illness where it's basically like, you're pretty much gonna die of this. You might live, but you might, and I guess you could see COVID-19 as that, but I'm not entirely sure that, I know it does fall into that category for some people, but I think the vast majority of people, it does not. It's more of a minor illness. So we have it in position 4, which says, a bruise, cut, or illness. You might have already hurt yourself in some way or are about to. about to do it. We usually hurt ourselves when we're rushing around, not paying attention to what we're doing. It might be a good idea to slow down and be more careful. Don't do any foolish things at this time, as injury will result. The Russian proverb states, if you knew where you'd fall, you'd place some straw there. In this case, you know that an injury may happen. Therefore, be careful. In any case, the injury or illness will not be major and will go away soon. So I think that's just generally speaking, like I said, I know that there are a lot of the population has been more greatly affected by what's going on. But if you look at like the 7 billion people in the world and you maybe looked at that as a percentage, like it's a very small percent that are being greatly affected. I think for the vast majority, it is something that's more minor, but this card is basically saying just don't be stupid. Be smart about things when you're going out. If you have to go out, then, just be smart about it. Don't touch your face. Wash your hands as soon as you get home. Wear a mask. Most places are requiring that you can't even go inside, at least here in California, that you can't even go inside without having something covering your nose and mouth. And just to be very clear, and I think a lot of people don't know this, is that a mask, especially the cloth masks that most of us are wearing, are not going to protect you from, getting sick. It's not going to block a virus, but if you are sick, it can prevent the spread of, the particles of, if you sneeze or cough, those mucousy particles of going into the air and somebody else breathing them in. So basically it's saying, if somebody is sick or potentially sick, I guess like they're saying is like you could be asymptomatic and be carrying something but not show any symptoms ever, and so you can be spreading it in your mucus and not even knowing that you have it. So if you do have it and you're covering your face and somebody else, who doesn't have it is also covering their face, I think that just creates more of a barrier of protection. Gloves, don't gain a false sense of security with gloves because I see people do this all the time, and I'm somebody who works in the food industry, and so I know, and I've taken tons of sanitation and safety courses, even prior to all this stuff. Like, it's been very just like drilled in me, like what is safe, what is safe and healthy practices, which I incorporate in my life every day just because it's like I've pretty much been trained to. And I'm aware of I guess I'm more hyper aware of germs and diseases and things that can be spread. But gloves give a lot of people a false sense of protection. People think, oh, they're wearing gloves, so, I can't catch anything from them. But wearing gloves doesn't mean, you can touch your face, touch some surface, touch food, and then touch your face or your mouth, or touch things and then go and touch other things. That's cross-contamination. You have to still change your gloves and wash your hands if you're doing a different task. If you change from one task to another, you take your gloves off, wash your hands, and change your gloves. You don't touch your hair, you don't touch your phone, you don't touch your face. Same as you would do with your bare hands. For me, gloves is something I wear in a situation where I'm not able to wash my hands. Now, not talking about being in the restaurant, I'm talking about right now and just the situation, like when I go to the grocery store and I'll wear gloves. I change them as soon as I check out. I go to my car, I take my gloves off, I change them, and then load my groceries in my car, take my gloves off again. I don't wear them while I'm driving home. There's no need to. And then you're just putting anything that you've touched on the surface of your gloves. If you have come into contact with anything, then you're just putting it on everything else. So I change them, throw them away in the trash can, please, not on the ground. Please refrain from touching your mouth, your nose, your eyes, any mucousy like membranes where you can take something in. Don't touch yourself. As soon as you get home, wash your hands and you're good. Just practice safe practices, safe hygiene. You wash your hands when you come home. I've been doing this for as long as I can remember. Let me just say this. If you wash your hands when you get home and you see how much dirt and filth comes off of them in the water, you won't ever want to like eat without washing your hands first or touch yourself again. It's pretty gross. Just to see. And I do think we need a certain level of like antibodies that come, like that's how you build your immune system. But you also just have to be smart about things as well. So that was a really long-winded response to that card, but that's just my feeling on just hygiene and safe practices. So that was all the matches that we had. So the last portion of the reading is the final card, which you read. It's a really important card. So basically, if you have a match, then you'll match it and read that first. But if you don't, you just keep it in the position that you drew it in and you just read it in order. You read the position that it's in, as well as position 1. So the position that it's in would be the current situation, and position 1 would be the outcome of that situation. So this is the card. We have the boy, the dog, the sun, and the road. I love these images and what they stand for. We do have a couple that are already in position 1. So let's start with the boy. I love that the boy is the number. So every card is associated with a number, and the boy is associated with number 13, which it always reminds me of my brother who has passed away. Because just the number 13, that's how old he was, and it's just become a number that's that my family has kind of like associated with him. So anytime like I'm in the presence of the number 13 or it comes up a lot, I always think like my brother's energy is really I mean, it's always around, but I feel like it's really close to me in those times. So the boy represents, it's immediate to short influence. So it's just happened, it's happening, it's about to happen very soon. And it's a symbol for adventure. The general meaning of the picture, the boy signifies youth, energy, and adventure. Whether we are young or not, the picture refers to our childish sense of adventure or playfulness. It's the time to behave like a young boy, to trust new people, and look for the adventure in everyday things. We need to let go of our adult roles at times and seek the simple pleasures that we used to enjoy as youths. And I think that's true. A lot of us have forgotten what it was like to be a child, and we get so caught up in our adult roles, in our jobs, in our busy lives, our busy schedules. And that's another reason that I think like right now in this time, like so many people are getting to get that time back with their families and just spend more quality time together, which I think really over the years has been lacking. I remember growing up and as soon as I could. I'd be out the door, me and my sister, we'd be out the door playing with the neighborhood kids, making up our own games, riding our bikes, whatever. And for a while now, I never see kids outside, and I'm starting to see that again, which is awesome. We ate dinner. We always, it was embarrassing for us, but my parents would always whistle very loudly for us to come, Jesse, Casey, come for dinner, time for dinner. And we ate dinner as a family together. And I think that's something that a lot of us don't do anymore, because we're so busy and we're just looking for whatever's quick and convenient. So, in that sense, like, it's a blessing for a lot of people, and I'm totally aware that there are people that don't have a good home life, and this might be a scary and turbulent time. So I do acknowledge that, and this is I'm just speaking as a generalization, and I know that that's not the truth for every single person in this world. Again, if you need help, please don't be shy. Don't be afraid to reach out. I am here for you. I will do whatever I can to help you. It's my calling in life. So please do that if you need to. Anyways, so we got it in position 2. You will find yourself in pleasant company and will have a good time. This can be an unexpected gathering of people or something already planned. You will feel like a school kid, free of cares and worries. You can relax and enjoy yourself as everyone feels the same way, and there will be no repercussions the next day. The picture may refer to your immediate state. That is, if you're doing this reading with a group of friends, usually the picture stimulates conversation and everyone has a good time. Well, I feel like I am doing this reading for a group of friends, new and old. And I would love to stimulate a conversation. Like, please comment and let me know what you're thinking or how you're feeling about this reading. Also, like, I have been contemplating doing these readings live, so if anybody would be interested and would join in on that conversation, then please let me know. If enough people are interested, like, I might try and do an IG live video next week. So please, like, your feedback is important to me. Let me know what you're thinking, how you're feeling about all this. So yeah, and I think also, like, we can have, like, just practice. If know who the people that you're around, know that they're practicing safe, social distancing practices, that they're being safe and they're protecting themselves as best they can, how many people they've been around, and use your own judgment to know whether it's safe or not, or whether you feel safe or not being around other people. Like, I don't think that we have to say, oh, we can't see anybody at all. You just have to use your own judgment. And if you feel like it's safe to be around somebody, then that's your decision to make. So I think that's what that is saying. So position 1 for this card, which would be the outcome, says that travel is possible in the near future. This is a very good time to take a trip to anywhere you desire, even if you've not planned on taking a trip at this time. But something unexpected happens and you have the opportunity to go, then do so, as a good time is indicated. This does not have to be an expensive trip. Rather, it can be one of discovery, of seeing new places and situations from a different perspective than we normally would. Wherever you go, you will go with the sense of adventure that a boy has on discovering something new. So that, could be the outcome of, I feel like this kind of like sums up the reading, this final card. And I think we're gearing towards, the things being lifted, like easing back in to society. And I think, I don't know what's going to happen with, airline prices, but I think right now there's a lot of really good prices on tickets, places, I'm sure train, air travel, whatever way you want to travel, because basically they have very little business right now and they want to encourage it, so they've dropped their prices. So could be a great time to plan a trip, and I do think things are generally, I think soon we're going to be easing back in to more of a sense of normalcy. I don't necessarily think things are going to go back to the way that they were exactly, and I think that maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we see that as a good thing because, we need to make a change. All of us collectively need to make a change in our way of life, and we're kind of being forced into that. But I hope that we've been able to take this time. Like I said, this is the 7th week, so it's been, and I think it's probably been 8 weeks for a lot of us in isolations or self-quarantine or whatever. But we've had a lot of time to make changes from within. And remember, it all starts within. Nobody else can tell you who you are, what you need to be, or what you need to do. You can only find that within yourself and make the changes that you want to see in the world. Be the change that you want to see, basically. So I think, I think it's a great time to do and see things, or get ready to do and see things that you maybe never done before, or maybe haven't had the means to do. Maybe now is the time, because you might be able to find a less, expensive way to do those things. So I think that's definitely where we're headed. And speaking of travel, these cards these images right next to each other too. The road is our next image. Can you see that? I hope you could see that. So the road is a middle to life card. So middle meaning within like 3 to 6 months from now, to life, spanning your entire life. And it's the picture represents, or the symbol for your path in life. The general meaning of the picture, so the road symbolizes your path in life, as I said already. The road ahead may be smooth, indicating that there are no major problems in your life at this time. Or with the picture in the last 2 positions, the road may be less smooth. For those wishing to travel, this is one of the best pictures. In second position, it not only indicates travel, but shows as well that it's going to be a joyful journey. We have it actually in position 1, so which is the outcome position. And I also think it's interesting that it says, it's a great time to travel, as we were just, talking about with the boy picture, that I think travel and exploring new things is imminent in our hopefully very near future. So in position 1, it's a happy road. Your life is going great right now. Your work, home, recreation, and spiritual life are all on the right path. If you're asking the cards whether you should travel at this time or not, then the picture tells you that this is definitely a good time to plan a trip. And that's kind of just what we were talking about before, is that, maybe, sorry, I didn't mean to shift the camera like that. I think it could be a great time to plan a trip. I really do. Like I said, ticket prices are pretty much like rock bottom right now. So you can get a ticket for a future date, not like immediate. But I definitely think in our near future, And I think people should travel more. You shouldn't be just stuck in your little box. Like, you should see the world and see other cultures and just other ways of life. That's how you really learn and grow and experience. Just be in the moment and just experience things and take it all in. And something else that it says about, your life is going great right now. Your work, home, recreation, and spiritual life are all on the right path. And I think, as position 1 being an outcome card, I hope that people are, working on or finding their spirituality within themselves right now. We've had to change our way of life a lot, our way of doing things. And I think there's a lot of people who have been able to work from home, which is great. And I actually heard, I was talking to a friend yesterday who said that the company she works for has, they're all having to work from home right now, and they've seen a lot of good come from it. So they're thinking that they might actually put that into practice, even as when things start to go back to more of a sense of normalcy. So, and I've talked about how we need to change the way that we do things, and we need to, we need to change those things so that we have a better quality of life. So, maybe that is something good that can come out of this. So the future's wide open, it is. And, things are going to get better, and we have the power to make things better. So the power is in our choice and just within. So the next image is the sun, the sunshine. Which I accidentally removed my bookmark instead of another one, so bear with me while I flip to that page. Okay, so the sun, it's immediate to middle influence, so right now, or within a few months from now, represents warmth and strength of character. The general meaning of the picture: the sun is the center of our solar system. It radiates. My phone was telling me that I have low battery, but we're almost done. So the sun is the center of our solar system. It radiates the heat and light that make life possible on Earth. From earliest times, humans have worshipped the sun as the giver of life. The sun was the main object of worship for both the Aztecs and the Egyptians, who believed that humankind is the descendant of the sun god. In Eastern cultures, it is the yang, the force that brings warmth and flourishment and keeps evil away. Thus, not only are we affected by the physical sun that we see in the sky, but the sun is the self as well, the inner flame that burns within us and gives us life. We are the center of our social and physical environments. What we radiate from within affects the lives of the people around us. We are the sun that the picture refers to. When we radiate warmth from within, we are happy and have a positive influence on the people around us. When we freeze up, we push people away from us, causing unhappiness to everyone. So we have it in position 2. You are the master of your life. Warmth and light are within you alone. No one but you will help or hurt you. Don't look for someone else to make you happy or love you. Begin by loving yourself. Do things that make you happy. Others will inevitably be drawn to you. This picture comes up quite often when people are in difficulty and need help. The truth is that you don't need anyone else's help, as you are capable of solving your own problems. Once you are happy with yourself and self-confident, your relationship problems will iron themselves out. The picture also can come up when your family or the group you are with is in difficulty. At that time, it is you who has the energy and radiance that gives the other people support. You don't have to do anything for them, only stay positive and friendly. This is enough to pull them through their difficulties. So powerful. The sun is life, is the giver of life. I live in a really small apartment complex, and our pool is open, and I've been, at least once a week going out with a friend of mine and sitting by the pool and just basking in the sun and just, talking and enjoying each other's company, at a safe social distance, and just being out in the open, out in nature, and just the sun. I come in from those days and I just feel radiant and glowing. The sun is so powerful, and it's super important to get that sunshine at least a little bit every day. That natural vitamin D is really, really important in the human life. Anyways, as I was reading the description of this card, it really, there's this song by Nako and Medicine for the People that's been kind of like in my head a lot lately, and there's a lyric that says, "If you wish to survive, you will find the guide inside." And I think that is so true, and that really resonates with me. And I think it really sums up like what we've been talking about in all of our readings, but in this one specifically is, again, you have to look within yourself for the answers. Nobody else can tell you. People can give you advice, but only based on their own situations and their own personal journeys. You have to find your answers within, and you can't be afraid to seek those answers. Sometimes we have questions that we want to ask ourselves that will take us to some scary places. But you know what? We have to face those scary places and those fears head on. You can't allow yourself to be a slave to fear, or else it will control you and dictate your whole life. And that's not what you want. Face those situations, face those inner questions that you have, so that you can find the answers that you seek. I think that's so important. And another thing that it talks about is, it says it is you who has the energy and radiance to give other people support. So if you're a healer like myself, a natural healer, if you feel drawn to that, or if you actually are, in the business of healing people, then please share that. There's a lot of people that need it right now. Try to inspire other people. That's what I'm hoping to do with these videos. I hope that I can inspire you to do that self-work and to really search within yourself to find the answers that you're seeking, because they're there within us and they've always been there. You just have to be willing to, ask the questions and sit with yourself and just not be afraid and not let fear control you or, put walls up for you. I think, if you love yourself, loving yourself is the first step. And once you finally love yourself, you might realize that you're in a relationship that no longer serves you. And it's maybe only serving the other person because they know that you don't love yourself. And you might finally feel strong enough to leave that situation. That's a specific situation. It might not be what everyone's going through. And it doesn't have to be like a love relation, like a boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife. Like, it can be a friend, who maybe is taking advantage of you. It can be a family member. So anyways, if that is something that you're going through or you feel, is your situation, again, like look within yourself, because loving yourself and learning to accept yourself for who you are, faults and all, is really the key to your happiness. So just look within, just keep looking within. You'll find it. Remember, it's not instant gratification. You have to do the work, and you will see the results. And when you do see them, you'll think, wow, like I was calling for that, and here it is. That's happened to me so much in my life since I started on this spiritual journey and doing, working with Kundalini and breath work and meditation. I've seen a lot of positive changes in my life just by changing my mind. Change your mind, change your life. You can wake up, we say, oh, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. My day is shit. It's just not going to be good because I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Well, that's crap. You need to not think like that. You can change your mind, and you will see immediate changes in your day as you change your mind. You know what? You can look at something and be like, oh my gosh, like I stubbed my toe first thing in my morning, and now my whole day is going to go wrong. Well, no, that's not the case. You can say, you know what? That happened, and it sucks, and it hurt. But I'm not going to let it affect my whole day. Like, I'm going to breathe, and I'm going to breathe it out, and I'm going to change my mindset, and I'm going to attract positive, and my day is going to be better, and your day will be better. So, it's the law of attraction. It's the secret. It's whatever you want to call it. But it's so true, and it works. So try it. Okay, moving on to the last card, which is the dog. See the little Dalmatian? Dog represent. Actually, I'm so sorry. Let me backtrack because I didn't talk about the outcome of the sun. So the dog is coming next, but let me quickly just read you the outcome of the sun. This is one of the nicest pictures to get in this position. It means that you are at your best. Prosperity, flourishment, life's cares and happiness are all yours. You're in a wonderful phase. You are warm, beautiful, or handsome, understanding, and as such, attract positive vibrations and people to you. It means that you are happy with yourself and therefore use your positive energy in a constructive way in whatever you're doing. You radiate health and vitality, and people are impressed with your energy. Because you are happy, you have the time and energy to look at others and make them feel good as well. This is the time when you're smiling at the world and the world is smiling back at you. By working on your positive qualities, you will master the situation. Well, I think that's literally just what I was talking about. It's like I foresaw what the outcome was going to be, but it's so true. What you put out into the universe is what you will receive. So if you put out positive, you'll receive positive back. And again, I was talking about the secret and the law of attraction and just changing your mindset and changing your life and changing the way that you look at a situation. So just because maybe one bad thing happens in your day, you can either allow it to trigger more bad or negative things. I mean, it's all relative, and positive and negative is all relative. Or you can attract all the good things. I believe in the good things coming. Another Nako lyric. I love Nako. It's medicine. His music is medicine. It's medicine for the people. I've seen him live a few times, and it's life-changing. If you ever have an opportunity to see Nako and Medicine for the People, go do it. It's beautiful, amazing energy. Anyways, so yeah, basically, I'll give you an example. I was having a case of the mean reds the other day. you know, if you've seen Breakfast at Tiffany's, it's sad. You're sad and you don't know what for. It was raining. I was out, and it had been raining for days and days and days. And I live in sunny California. So while rain is a rare treat, when we've been kind of cooped up at home, like anyways, and then it's raining, I was feeling just a little dismal, and I was out doing tons of deliveries for my food service. And it's just like one thing after another kept happening, and I was getting frustrated. And finally I was like, you know what? No, this doesn't have to happen. I can breathe this out. I can change my thought patterns right now. Right now, in this instant, I can change my thought patterns, and everything will turn around. And as soon as I did that, as soon as I had that realization, and I started doing some breathing exercises, like one that you can do that I mentioned the last time was just breathing in for 4 counts, holding it for 4 counts at the top of the breath, breathing out for 4 counts, and then holding it at the bottom of the breath for 4 counts. So just continue doing that as long as you need to. I also say, like, breathe in the positive, breathe out the negative. So when you breathe in, just think of all the things you want in life, how you see yourself, where you see yourself in the future, and just breathe out anything negative that you're thinking. And with that being said, it's super important to acknowledge the negative thoughts, acknowledge why you're thinking them. Be like, you know what? Okay, I'm thinking this thought right now. I acknowledge that. Why am I thinking about this? Think about why you're thinking about it, what you can do to change it, and then breathe it out and let it go, and breathe in some positive. Your life will change. I guarantee that. If you do the work, the changes will come, and you'll see them. They're very real. Okay, moving on now to the dog. The dog represents, or it's a middle to life card, so something that'll happen within the next few months to your entire life. And it represents relationship with friends. The dog picture symbolizes our best friend. The friend can be a family member, a spouse, or any other friend we have. We actually got it in position 1, which also is the outcome. You have a faithful and constant friend. The value of this picture is not so much to tell you that which you already know, but to remind you that you have friends you can rely on for help. Your friends are faithful to you. And I think that's so important, especially right now, is to still maintain your relationships. You know, just because you might not be able to see people in the same situations or environments that you normally do, or social, you know, going out, whatever, you know, you can still have a video chat, connect with your friends on the phone. I think it's so important to, like, talk more than just texting and emailing. Talk on the phone, talk on FaceTime or whatever video, Zoom, Hangouts, whatever video. And if you feel safe and comfortable with it, you can still see your friends, and, you know, maybe just 1 or 2 at a time, and you can still practice, you know, safe social distancing. Maybe hang out outside. Like I said, I've been going to the pool once a week with my friend Andrea, and it's been really, really nice. So, you know, I think it's really important to maintain those relationships, and they might even grow stronger out of this. Reach out to your friends, reach in to your friends. Also, you know, there's some of us might be afraid to reach out, when we need help. And so as a friend, you've got to reach in. I think that's super, super important. Just check on your people, check on your tribe, and see how they're doing, see how they're coping with things, because we don't all cope with things in the same way. Some people just need to talk, and you just need to listen. So please do that. I encourage you to, you know, anyone that you really, truly care about, reach in to them, or reach out, whatever. I'm very fortunate I get to talk to my sister, is my best friend, and I get to talk to her almost every day. You know, we try to talk on the phone at least once a week, and it's really nice, you know. I know her, she knows me probably better than anyone. You know, we've gone through a lot of similar things in life, and it's really nice to have those talks with her. I do video chats with my niece. I'm reading to her. This is something I've been doing even prior to all of this craziness and shutdown. But it's just great to connect with her over that. And I've tried to reach into everyone that, you know, all my friends that work for me. I'm fortunate that all of my friends work for me. So I've tried to reach in on all of them too and just see how they're doing and how they're coping. I just think it's really important to put yourself out there and to let people know that, you know, if they need you, like, they can call you. So just maintain those relationships so that they can grow even stronger. And when we come out of this, like, it'll be so nice to be able to hug and kiss those people and tell them that you love them, but you can still tell people that you love them and you care about them. Anyways, thank you so much for coming. And speaking of my sister, every Wednesday she does Wander Wednesdays. She is a storyteller. She's written novels, short stories. She had a podcast previously called Wander. She's a songwriter. She's in a couple bands. She is amazing. She's always been very inspiring to me. So it's Wander Wednesday today, and she's about to go on live. So I'm going to catch that. And you should too. So I'm going to leave you on that note. I love all of you. Again, please leave comments, reach out to me if you need help. I'm here for you. Until next time, namaste.